Hey guys, my name is Nikki and I want to welcome you here to Carry Grace. Alright, so I have always been a meal planner. I have typically meal planned 1 week at a time. There was a time in my life when I meal planned for 2 weeks at a time and grocery shopped for 2 weeks at a time. I really liked that method because obviously I was going to the grocery store less, but in our current home, we have a very small refrigerator. It's a full-size refrigerator, but it is, I'm sure, the smallest full-size refrigerator that there is. It's just super small. So I can't grocery shop for 2 weeks at a time because I just don't have a place to put everything. We also don't have a deep freezer here in our rental house, so it's just not working. But I needed a way to save myself some time. Now, meal planning, while it's something that I've always done, it is one of my least favorite homemaking things that I have to do. I don't enjoy meal planning and I don't enjoy going to the grocery store, but it's something that has to be done. So I decided that I was gonna start meal planning for 1 month at a time. Now, this is not something new. People do this all the time, but I have never wanted to commit to it for a few reasons. Number one, I always felt like, okay, what if I made a monthly meal plan and then we get to week 2 or 3 or even like day three, and I don't want to eat for dinner what's on my meal plan, then what? I've messed it up. Well, I decided that I was going to give myself a little bit of grace. So what I had decided to do is meal plan for 1 month. That way I had an overall plan, and then I would look at it week by week and just kind of evaluate things. So a couple things have happened. It has made it so that I no longer dread going to the grocery store, which is huge. And I will say, I don't always go to the grocery store. A lot of times I do grocery pickup, but most of the time I will still go in Sam's. Sometimes I need to run into Publix to pick up a few things because Walmart was out of a few things and I didn't like what they tried to substitute it for or something like that. But I don't dread it nearly as much. The other thing that I've noticed is it makes it super easy for me to now just sit down and make a grocery list. I open up my planner, I turn to my month page where I have my monthly meal plan. I look at those things. I'm quickly able to make a grocery list and it has just simplified so much. So now I can sit down and make a grocery list probably in 10 minutes and get my grocery order in and then not have to think about it again. Where before I would have to sit down and look at my calendar and try to figure out where we were gonna be or when we were gonna be where and all the things. But now I've already done it, so I just simply sit down, make my grocery list, and I don't have to think about it. All right, so the other thing that this has helped me do is save some money. Let's just say I plan to have barbecue one night. So what it helps me do is I know kind of in the back of my mind that later in the month we're gonna have barbecue. Well, if I'm in the grocery store and I happen to see that somebody has a nice Boston butt on sale, like a mega sale, I go ahead and get it. Maybe I don't need it this week, but I know that it's on my meal plan in a week or two. So I go ahead, get it, stick it in my freezer as long as I have room, and it saves me money. So that has been a major win for me. The other thing that this has been really good for is it helps me not repeat the exact same meals every single week. Now, I need quick meals, I need easy meals. We stay busy. There's a lot of nights during the week where we are in and out and gone and eating dinner at different times and all of those things. So I'm pretty specific about the kinds of meals that I need to make. They need to be quick and easy. And so because I'm doing this a month at a time, it's easy for me to not make the exact same meals week after week after week. Now, I do kind of have a little bit of a theme for each day, like loosely. Like, here's an example. So a lot of times on Thursday nights, we will have some kind of sloppy joe or oven burgers or something like that. So a lot of nights on Wednesday nights, we've got different things that we have to do. So a lot of times I resort to making sloppy joes because it's something that I can do very quickly. I can make it earlier in the afternoon and everybody can heat it up as it's time for them to eat. So the way I keep it fresh and not so that we're having sloppy joes every single week. So one week I will make regular sloppy joes. Another week I will make a different version. I will make Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes. Another week I'll make Big Mac sloppy joes. Another week, you know, I'll change it up. So it keeps us from getting completely bored. So being able to look at it for the month, it really helps me to do that. I also like to do that on Tuesdays. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday around here, but we're not gonna eat the exact same beef tacos every Tuesday. We might have beef tacos, and then another week we're gonna have chicken fajitas. Another week we're gonna do shrimp quesadillas. Another week we're gonna do beef enchiladas. But because I am mapping it out for the month, I can see that and plug it in a whole lot easier. All right, so I did start doing this for January, and it is a goal of mine to be able to do this every single month, because after doing this for the month of January, I see that it is super helpful. Like I said, it saves me time, it saves me money, and it's just a lot less to think about. One of the things that I was super concerned about though is, what if I decided that on Sunday we were going to have pot roast, but then I don't want pot roast. So one thing that I do is I've got my meal plan, and then every week I sit down with my monthly plan, and then I look at our week and then see if I need to make any changes. So here's an example. A couple weeks ago, I was planning for us to have a pot roast on Sunday, but when I went to the grocery store, nobody had a good deal on a pot roast, and I really didn't want to pay the prices that I was seeing, but I did notice that they had steak on sale. Like, really nice steaks were super cheap, way cheaper than buying a pot roast. So I simply decided to purchase the steaks instead of the pot roast. We had grilled steak and baked potato instead of pot roast and mashed potatoes, and it was a win. So it's still really easy for me to move things around. Sometimes I need to move things around a little bit. Sometimes if we don't get to a meal or eat a meal because we have extra leftovers, I can move it to the next meal. I can move it to the next week, and it's not a big deal. But it has been huge just to have a plan, and then I can make little tweaks as I need to. So I hope that this helps you if you have ever considered meal planning for the month, but maybe you weren't sure if you could do it. Would you be able to stick to your plan? Would it be helpful? Would it be a waste of time? So I just kind of wanted to share my experience with it, because like I said, it's been a huge win. All right, so another thing that I'm doing this month, since I am using the Passionate Penny Pincher Home Planner, I have talked about this before. One of the monthly tasks in here is to declutter 25 things every month. Y'all, this is right up my alley. I do declutter very frequently. Now, I'm not saying that I don't have anything to declutter, because I feel like decluttering is something that you have to do routinely. So I went through, and I didn't like just pick one area. I just kind of got a box, and as I came across things that we didn't really need, or I just knew that it would be okay to get rid of them, I just put them in the box, and I did accumulate 25 things. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you the 25 things that I'm decluttering, because I feel like some people, it's really easy for them to declutter, but if it's something that you're new to, this is like a really easy way to get into it. 25 things is not really a lot of things. They can be super random things, but you're always making progress if you are continuing to do decluttering routinely. All right, so let me flip the camera around and show you the 25 things that I'm decluttering for January. All right guys, so here is my box. It's just a Target box from an order, and I just started putting things in here. So when I took my Christmas tree down, I decided not to keep these Christmas ornaments, so I am counting that as one thing. Then I also have, this is a stack of pajamas. My pajama drawer was kind of out of control. There were definitely things in there that I wasn't using. So this is 6 items out of my pajama drawer that I'm getting rid of. This right here is just an earbud case. I don't need that. I decided to finally let this body butter go. I don't like the smell, so I'm just going to get rid of it rather than try to use it up. I have 2 pair of earrings that are still in the package. These are rose gold. It's just not a color that I tend to wear, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those. Then I've got just this little trinket tray that I just kind of keep moving around. Like I don't have a good place for it, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. Then I've got, there's actually another pair of earrings down there. I was looking in our cabinet the other day and realized we have so many travel mugs, so I decided to get rid of 2 because we actually have, let's see, there are 4 of us that have cups, and then I kept an extra 2 because, you know, sometimes you leave one somewhere or whatever. Here are a couple of canisters that I no longer need. If you watched my pantry organization video, you saw that I bought some new containers. I didn't get rid of all of the containers that I didn't use. I put some of them in storage just because they were really nice and they are something that I may use for something different. Okay, now this is random, but when I got my Walmart grocery pickup order, you know, sometimes they give you those little freebie bags, and I have kind of started getting a collection of these, and they're not a size that I use for anything, so I'm gonna get rid of that. That's one thing. And then there's like this little craft thing. I'm gonna get rid of that. Here is a planner from last year that is outdated, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Here is another thing that was in my Walmart grocery thing. This is a calendar that I found in a drawer. It's from last year that I used for some meal planning. I've got 3 books from the bookshelf that we no longer need. Here's another thing out of that Walmart bag. And then this is a set of strings that go on a mask that I have that I don't care for. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And that is 25 random things leaving my house. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're new to my channel and not already subscribed, please consider subscribing down below. If you have never attempted meal planning 1 month at a time, I recommend it. Give it a try. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. Go back to doing it once a week or every 2 weeks, whatever works for you. But I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I really like it. So I wanted to share that. And also, like I said, I decluttered those items and wanted to share them with you, hopefully to give you some inspiration to declutter some things in your house. Now, this is something that I want to do every month, is to share with you the items that I declutter for the month. I'm sure some months there will be more than 25 items, but I don't know that I will do like a separate video. It may be in like a get it all done kind of video or a cleaning video, but like I said, I would like to do that every month, so you can look forward to seeing those. All right guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon.
I don't think we got enough time to sort out all the fights.